Well, I went back in time and I got my hair. Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
well, you're standing up.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fury.
So when JJ52 says, will Ray Gun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Ray Gun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snap.
Dr. Boogie or Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD in Get Down. Like, play the music, you know.
You know what? If she'd had some bling, and looked like LL Cool J and I'm gonna knock you out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and also welcome back to Steelers Dynasty Podcast, where I have Bubba and Shane. What is happening?
It's wet over here. I kayaked in my backyard, and I'm just waiting to order my Aaron Rodgers jersey.
You still going for Super Bowl MVP?
Yep, but I said it last week on our show, and I threw it out there to the masses, and it was a hot take, and we're going to go with that hot take all season long.
It's hot, all right. How are you, Shane?
It's like a carnival cruise when you're playing Keith Sweat. The seats are sticky and wet. So I hate to say it, guys, but it's raining in Pennsylvania.
So how'd you go from this guy, right, to now I'm going to back him and he's going to be Super Bowl champion. He's going to win MVP. How'd it go from that?
I don't know. I just I think I got
fan.
Well, Shane took a hardcore hot take, and I went totally opposite of what he did last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to support people that are dressed up in Steeler jerseys that are playing on Sunday afternoons.
That's a fair point.
And I've been he's getting a little bit of love lately this week. People are starting to slowly turn. I've been looking at his stats and stuff like that, and
watching old highlight games.
Well, not really. Definitely not the Super Bowl against us. I'm not watching that.
No, I hear. I think I've made. I think what I figured out the other day. If I can support Trubisky, I can support A-Rod.
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Like that's that. I was thinking. I was like, hang on a minute. We had Trubisky for 4 games, and he was fucking absolutely awful. He was so hard to watch as a statue back there. So if I can get around him to support number 10, and they paid him a 3-year deal, and then eventually they moved into Kenny Pickett, then they went on to Mason Rudolph. If I can support Trubisky or at least show up to games and watch games, then I should be able to get behind A-Rod or A-Rod. So that's where I'm at. Now, Shane's always been there. He's excited for the I guess the Steelers drama, and we can talk about A-Rod and stuff like that. But I think if it's going to be that the Steelers went with Trubisky, I can support A-Rod.
I bet you back in the day, I think I took Mitch Trubisky as comeback player of the year when he got signed by the Steelers. And I know it's out there in the archives somewhere on some show. So, and then like 3 months ago, I just said Mason Rudolph was going to be whatever. And now I'm going the extremes.
Yeah, but that's our fandom. That's what we do. We support the team no matter what.
I'm excited though for this offense though. I have not been excited for this offense in such a long time.
Send super chats for an emotional support kangaroo.
Oh, I bet you.
Guys, listen, we have to switch gears. Instead of going to you because you're on the rails because number 8's in town, we can just maybe send Aaron an emotional sport kangaroo instead of you having one since you're starting.
I wonder if they have. I saw one jump on a plane the other day. There was an Instagram post where the kangaroo was holding a passport, but I don't know if that was AI or not. AI. I can't know what's real or not anymore.
You don't know anymore. It's crazy.
AI kangaroos like running through the outback saying, "Fuck! I can't believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steelers quarterback." Back there, I just talked to Mace Rudolph, and I thought he was going to be the quarterback.
That's right. Like honest to goodness, the wild ride we've been on. We had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson last year.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's back to A-Rod. But I thought, guys, with this show, I wanted to talk a little bit about some upcoming news, right? I want to dive into some breaking topics, which was the Deshaun Elliott signing or extension, which is really good. Steelers giving safety Deshaun Elliott a 3-year deal, so a 2-year extension.
That means they got money. That means they got money to sign some people then if they can be doing this.
Yeah, one of Elliott had 1 more year in his deal and 2-year deal extension, so I think it's a really big move to keep him a Steeler. He was one of the best players, if not the best player on defense last year, maybe possibility. Like he tackled hard. He had 100-something tackles. He was all over it. He pairs well with Minka. Are you pretty happy with that, Bubba, signing him for so he's going to be there 3 years?
Yeah, I'm happy. And he was a strength in that secondary because our secondary was not as good as I thought it was going to be. Joey Porter had like a little bit of off, and Minka was still around, but not as stellar as he has been. And I think he was the linchpin in that secondary. So I'm okay with that signing. So he got some money. I believe he had a great year last year, and hopefully it keeps on going for these next coming seasons.
Yeah, so he had 108 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 6 pass deflections, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. He was all around the ball. Are you pretty happy too, Shano, with that extension?
He lays some wood, and I'm not talking about popping blue pills. He can hit a few people, so it's always good to have that. And also the other thing, if you do like to pop those pills, but I like to see people getting hit. But I like to see some wood getting laid. And Afton said he's a hit machine. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a really good move, to be honest. Like it's a low key good signing that nobody was talking about. Sign him up for the next 3 years. Going into what's he going to be? Maybe 27 or something like that.
He's still young. He's still young.
Yeah. And that's a good signing for him too. He's 28 years of age. He'll be 31, and then you come to that problem again in 3 years' time. Now, right, that we talked about it is that the extension could be going to be TJ next. I do believe that they're going to get it done by training camp.
I believe so.
There's no bad articles out there that are talking about. Jeffrey says here, Booth, he says they're close to signing what they should be. They should be close to signing what. And I think we talked about last week why we could be trading this and whatever. We won't stick here too long. But is that the next move, Bubba? That it's gone from extension for Elliott now TJ.
They might as well. I mean, I didn't know they were going to use that money to sign the extension because they were going to probably use that for TJ. But I think they have enough money to do what they want to do. All he's got to do is make $1 more than that jackass from Cleveland, and he'll be happy.
Now I joke about the fuel perks, but with this $15 million, yeah. I still think that's a fucking good idea. Give them some fuel perks. Those Giant Eagle has the best donuts around. Okay, why not? But
I don't know. Martin's convenience store. I just had 2 the other day, which I shouldn't have had. But I mean, convenience store wars on donuts is something mega huge in Western Pennsylvania.
Martin's kind of ritzy, but anyways, I digress.
Sorry.
So yeah, with that signing, I heard through the interwebs and watching the news on TV, which is all fake, but that TJ was disgruntled and they weren't close, but I seem to believe, it changes my perspective if they have signed, they signed a safety at $15 million. I would have to think that their wheels are in motion to sign TJ. Also, TJ is a fan favorite. And in the comments, I know everybody's going ape shit. The fact that I was
don't do that again.
But I think it's just the fans are so. The fans actually kind of push a little bit, give a little bit of pressure. Because can you imagine Steelers Nation and Steelers fandom if something they just piss off TJ and he just decides, well, I'm just going to sit out. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'd be pretty pissed off if they didn't.
That would be, and if he sits out like that and he's healthy and he sits out, you know what I mean, and they didn't give it to him, and
you're a playoff contender and he's sitting out because you wouldn't give him a couple extra fuel perks,
I would be though if the Steelers somehow if they traded him away for first round picks. I think it'd be a really dumb move. I think that'd be even worse. I think than with my opinion on Aaron Rodgers. I think you should never trade away your best player, and he's right now your best player. So they're going to get the deal done 100%. It's going to happen. He's your best player on the team.
Do you think it'll happen, Mark, before camp or during camp?
I think like maybe a day before, but if he's coming, it'd be very similar to what he did last time. I think he was in camp 3 or 4 years ago. He was standing around, and then he got a signed deal, and then once he signed the deal, he wreaked havoc against the Bills, and then he had one of his best years in 2021 or whatever it was. So I'm just not worried about it. I just think they're going to figure it out, and I don't think that I've heard the reports about him being disgruntled. I think it's the media saying he might be frustrated, but you haven't heard a word from TJ Watt saying anything.
And he won't.
Not like Trey over with the Bengals, who's come out and reporting interviews and doing comments and talking, and maybe giving away too much and telling the media too much. TJ Watt has said nothing. All he did was this, the peace sign, and that meant nothing to me.
I seen an article about Trey becoming a Steeler and signing TJ Watt. Now that would be crazy. Yeah, I know. I wasn't drinking or anything like that. I look at stuff before we come on, and I was like, who even wrote this? But they wrote it. They said the Steelers get Trey Hendricks and they signed TJ Watt at the same time. And I was like, there's no way they could happen. I know, but I don't know how people get articles approved like that, and it's on like major news sources. Like, I don't understand that.
Well, it's just gotten really crazy with the media. Even now, everyone's got a media channel, right? Social media. It's, you know what though, that would be funny because we'd steal a Bengal. We'd take one of their Bengals players. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Like with Deshaun Elliott, he was a former Raven,
right?
And same with Queen too, and now he's with us too. I do got a bit of a show, like a mini show planned. So I want to ask you guys some few questions about this summer. And what you guys do over there, because Bubba's always really intrigued what I do in my words and akadaka and but before we get into it, I don't want to bring up another thing that I saw on the old internet, right? I put a post out there. Oh no, before we do, this was from Elliot too. Elliot wrote this: grateful for the Rooney family, Omar, Calm, Coach Tom for bringing me to Pittsburgh, give me a home, and for being extended 2 more years, for the best organization and in front of the best fans in the NFL. The guy knows how to do it. He's hitting hard. We love him too. I think he's going to be fantastic this year. Again.
Was that the Steelers publicist that gave him that blurb, or you think that was legit him?
No, I think that was him. That's from his Instagram. Okay. That's his Instagram. So just saying one big thank you and saying how we're the best fans, and he's the same guy that called Aaron Rodgers old. So
yeah,
it's all kinds of funny.
How about them in the locker room passing like 2 steps?
No, they'll figure it out. I mean, he might pick him off in training camp too.
Well, in lighter news, Aaron Rodgers' wife was identified.
Who is it?
I have to look it up.
Oh, it's probably some picture that you just pulled out.
No,
I can only imagine.
She literally was.
Yeah, this is a joke. It's a running.
Yeah, it's probably the lady from Wicked or something.
Rodgers' wife is she lost her shit on a airline, and she's her name's Brittany. Yeah.
Brittany with an I last time you said.
Yeah, she lost her shit at a thing, but I was gonna say this is his wife, but I think you would get mad, but I'll share it. I'll share the
I can only imagine.
Let me see
Jeffrey says here before we get to that. Saw some of Warren's mother. Now, be careful, because out there on Facebook land, they make up stories every day.
I don't
every
think
single
that's
day.
True. I don't think that's true. Bruce.
Every single day.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think, because that'd have made big news.
Yeah, I stick to the reporters like Alan Saunders, DK, those guys, Jerry Jewell, like those guys in the media.
Pursuit on DVE in the morning.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Shane, is this picture right here is Aaron Rodgers' wife? Talk me through it.
Well, I thought this was gonna be, this was really going to be your emotional support kangaroo, but
I
that was going to be.
like the eyeliner.
Yeah, it's actually the thing of it is,
Oh.
I don't know. I don't want to misgender this kangaroo.
Yeah, you
So
don't know.
It's a male kangaroo because it's bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger.
See,
kind of a
he would
girl.
know.
Yeah.
See, me and you, Shane, wouldn't know how big a kangaroo
Yeah,
is.
if that if that hot past you, you wouldn't be able to identify it. You'd have no idea.
Hey, mate.
It's definitely bringing some
Likes
male
to smoke a
kangaroo with
lot
the
of
big ears and the big chest.
I like the blush on the side.
Yeah, it's definitely that's Australia for you. Want to give a big shout out to NSMC 99, who does my music for the show. He
Oh,
says
that's that Braveheart stuff.
yeah. Oh, we
Epic.
I still have that.
Epic.
It gets you fired up when you're playing.
Yeah, but you need to do the 100 days.
Never again. Never again. Yeah. This stuff is out of like Braveheart or Skyrim or something like that.
I just want to run through my wall right now.
Go.
That's good shit.
Goes for 8 minutes.
I know.
It's unreal. It's really good. I can put the thing again.
He needs to send that to the Steelers in the locker room right before they go out.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But he makes a good point. 99 says here, got to be a bit more active once the season starts. Yeah, we're in the chill mode right now. We're very chill. Nothing's really happening. Got the extension. But I do want to bring up one thing before I get into the heart of the show. I put this on Twitter today, right? The NFL put this post out, and it was Joey B, year 1, year 6. You know, what's kind of changed? And I wrote 0 Super Bowl wins. What do you guys think about that when you see the photo?
His face is bigger.
No, but like as a player,
A loser because he's from Cincinnati. But no, he looks like his head got bigger. He looks like Jimmy Neutron.
But isn't like when I see that photo, I just think the Bengals have more maybe at that position than we do, and I think that it's failing. If they don't win one with him in his career,
right?
Superstar Joe Burrow, Hall of Famer to be, all these stats and yards and TDs and receivers mean absolutely fuck all. I'm sorry, I just think it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, devil! Oh my God, is that good?
Yeah.
But also, too, all that big money they paid for an offense, they have no trophies to show for it. If that ever happens, and I hope it does.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I'm saying
$250 million for 3 players, and they have zilch, not a nothing.
Year 1 to year 6, or year 6 into his career.
He just looks like his head's bigger, though.
We know Ben had playoff success and early success, winning his Super Bowl in year 2.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
Yes,
and
you're right.
And then backed it up like 43, a couple of years after, right?
2009.
Burrow's got nothing. He's been to 1-1-0. I'm just saying, it's funny to see these franchises. They all.
I don't see him. I don't ever see him going back during his career. I do not.
I don't either, to be honest. Not until they fix the defense.
What other quarterbacks went to 1 and then didn't early? I'm thinking about
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. Yeah, that's exactly who popped in my mind. You know, I know Elway did early, but then made it back with another team.
Boomer Esiason.
Oh,
no, he was young, and they were Cincinnati was tough,
80,
and he never went back.
87. When was that?
They've lost 3.
Yeah.
But don't you fellas find that interesting that the NFL showcases this, right? I know it's only a picture. It's only saying once. They're just saying the features of his face and whatnot. But I look towards a play and I go, the Bengals are losing time. I think the Ravens, they have their superstar quarterback.
They're losing time too.
And they haven't got the Super Bowl. Buffalo Bills haven't got one yet either.
All 3 of them.
You know? I'm just saying this stuff's important where you need a franchise quarterback. But if you have a franchise quarterback that they'll say the Steelers haven't done this, haven't done that, but these 3 fucking teams, the Ravens, the Bengals, and Bills, have a quarterback and still fucking haven't won.
And we have a quarterback that won a Super Bowl.
A lot of swear words.
We had that
in
last year too. I mean,
a lot of swear words in a short amount of time, but it just annoys me that I don't know. Like these guys are put on a pedestal and they're the best of the best. They're still making Justin Herbert to make he's like the next Phillip Rivers, but he struggles too. They're still trying to give a lot of praise towards Jacksonville and Lawrence over that way. Right. He struggles as well. Their whole franchise struggles. So I see this stuff, and I'm like, sweet, 6 years in the league, not one Super Bowl win.
I think it takes a long time. I think it, like Don said, every Cincinnati quarterback had one, and they never got back. So that could be something that would be a trivia question. Like they never, what 3 quarterbacks of the same team lost a Super Bowl and never returned to a second Super Bowl? There's our answer right there.
But they obviously have a chance to win the division for the Bengals because they're a high-powered offense. But I just find this stuff a bit interesting where, like, if the Steelers had, maybe they're going to work it out with Aaron Rodgers, have some good quarterback play. Do you think, Shane, we have a chance if we have good quarterback play from Aaron Rodgers, not spending a lot of money, but we have a good defense, that we could be a chance?
That seems to be a recipe. I mean, I hate to use baseball as a comparison, but think of what when did Tampa Bay, was it like 25 years ago, was the first team to like assemble the Marlins. They assembled a good team just by piecemealing it together, made a run for 1 year, won it, and then that was it. I kind of see the Steelers doing that this year. They're going to be viable for this year, but can you see them going, 2026, 2027, and unless they get a franchise quarterback?
Correct.
You've got Cam Hayward that's older. You got a lot of geriatric folks on that Steelers defense. So Micah is a little bit older. I mean, these guys don't have much tread left.
But also, too, Aaron Rodgers is a dark horse because now I'm all pro Aaron Rodgers now. Aaron Rodgers is a dark horse, Shane, where he doesn't have to do. He's not calling for an offensive coordinator's head.
Right.
Okay, right now he's just playing quarterback, and that is what we need. We need someone just
doesn't need to be the hero. I don't think of this team. He just needs to be the guy that doesn't stuff up as much and get the team in a chance to move third down and go for a bomb to Calvin Austin or DK Metcalf. Doesn't need to be the overall hero. However,
or number two receiver, which we haven't. I know he's penciled in, but I see there's somebody out there. There's got to be someone else.
They'll probably sign someone else. But where Joe Burrow in his year 6, he needs to be the hero. He's the face of the team. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the face of this team. I think he's just the quarterback to fill in until
TJ Watt is the face of the team. Actually, I mean,
yeah, correct.
And
so that's why I find funny about these things where I know they're great quarterbacks. I'd love to have a Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow, but still not one of them have won one. Right? It shows you how hard it is to win a championship, right?
Well, they had to go through Kansas City.
True, that's true. And I think now, I tell you a hot take. You guys are gonna say this is wrong, right? This is wrong. And everyone out there's gonna be like, no way, you're a Raiders fan. I got a feeling the Raiders might win the division, eh? I think Pete Carroll.
Well, that's a hot take. That's a hot take right there.
I know. I'll put it out there. I reckon they got a chance.
Ooh, as long as that running back does not race anymore against that YouTuber speed because he loses, the running back has lost 3 times in a race.
I'm just putting a lot of faith into Pete Carroll, though. I think he can turn them around. I think they finally can turn them around. They can be competitive this year. I just got to get this feeling. And I like the other guy, Max Crosby, on the outside. I like their running back situation. Geno Smith is a good quarterback.
They're going to have a good running game.
I'm just saying they have a chance. I'm just saying they can win it.
And they have a good tight end, that Brock Bowers. I don't like either one. I don't want
to see like the Chiefs not win, right? That's for sure. But I just want to bring that picture up because I see this stuff and I'm like, we still hasn't won one. We need to get our 7th championship for sure. That could come from Aaron Rodgers, right? For sure. But yeah, that is a really hot take. I just think the Raiders have a chance.
That is a hot take.
A good coach. Yeah, you guys went crazy hot takes
last week. Yeah, you need to get involved, and you just did. So
Well, I
You're
just
not going to
want-
buy.
I want- I want-
You're not going to buy a Raiders hat, are you, or something like that, are you?
No. I'm just
Okay.
thinking that, like, I'm thinking of also the NFL script as well. I'm thinking if the Raiders have one, they win the division. They'll play in Vegas. Vegas needs to pay for the stadium. That might be involved in it.
What about the Chargers, though? The Chargers could be
I don't know.
those two. Both of those teams could do some
They
damage
seem,
against
Chargers
Kansas City.
always seem to be like the Bengals. They bungle it up somehow, some way. They get close to the playoffs, and I'm not a fan of Harbaugh. You know.
No, I hate them both.
But 25 minutes in the show, guys. I want to ask you guys a few questions about your American summer. All right, that's why we're gonna, because we're in
American
the
summer.
we're in the
You guys,
off
do you guys have barbecues over there?
yeah, fucking oath we do.
Okay, I just asked.
We
you that.
invented the barbecue.
Really? Oh, well, I don't know.
No, I want to ask you guys about what are you doing in the off season, Bubba? What's happening?
There really is no off season for me because it's going to be here before we know it, and I have to plan accordingly on what days I'm going to Latrobe, because it's a little sooner and then the end of the month. But really, I plan my stepdaughter's graduation party is coming up in July. So other than that, that's after this wrestling show Sunday. That's about all I'm doing. That and trying to get in shape because I need to get in shape. Other than that, that's
What
it.
do like it? What Americans do like in this time now?
Mow grass. I mow grass in the summer.
There's 7 weeks
Sucks.
until the guys come back for training camp. What do you guys do? Like, you guys go on holiday? What's going on?
I don't go on vacation. I just want to watch movies at the movie theater.
Shane, what do you do? What's your
it-
summer plans?
I'm bored.
Well, occasionally we'll go to a drive-in movie just down the street. But Mitch has started his practices for football. You know, they started last week. It's like 4 days a week in the mornings. So, like you said, mow grass. It seems like the grass is
I
growing
know. Mine's like this high.
crazy.
I want to buy a couple goats. That'd be great.
There you
But-
go.
Yeah.
Because the way I think of like American summer, right? I went over there with my dad last year, right? Oh, sorry, in 2019.
What do you think an American summer
I'm
should
about
be?
to tell you.
Oh, I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
the way I think of it is, you guys all have some lake house somewhere in the middle of like some,
Yeah, you got a lake
fucking,
house.
like,
Yeah,
I don't know, like one Lake Tahoe house or whatever, big lake house, right? Big fucking. You walk up this stairs, you walk up another stairs, big wooden doors, big wooden cabin, and you walk through, and there's a big fucking giant bear on the over the mantelpiece and a big fire thingo. Kids running around everywhere. There's a barbecue. There's a guy wearing shorts. Someone like playing, come and feel the you know what I mean? It's like songs like that.
Quiet Riot. No, Akadaka.
No. Just like straight up, like guys got those sunnies on that like they hang here. They fall off. They're on like a little string. They go up here, the Vipers or whatever. And someone's just like on the barbecue doing the snags, repeatedly moving them over and over, or sausages, what you guys call them. We call them snags. Over and over and over.
Wait. Time out. What do you call them?
Snags.
Hot dogs.
Nah. Oh yeah, that's right. Hot dogs. We call them snags.
Snags.
Yeah. Or sausages.
Wait, you call sausages snags or hot dogs? Because those are two
We
different things.
call hot dogs. Like they like hot dogs, like the American
Okay.
hot dog. But
So
we
when
call sausages like snags.
I want a hot sausage. I want a hot snag.
No,
That's
you wouldn't
what
say
you
that. You'd never say that.
No.
Okay.
You say, I'm gonna grab a snag.
Well, what about if it's a sweet? Do you have different types of sausage, sweet or hot?
Yeah, we probably do, but like at the party, you're not gonna say that because you probably know the person bought sweet or hot. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know. Shane, what
I-
about you? He froze up.
Someone
I-
said I watched too much Friday the 13th.
I
know what I'm
don't.
saying?
Because sometimes if it's too spicy, the sausages are spicy. When you got a sausage sandwich, it'd be or hoagie or something.
I
It'd
think
be
Shane there. I think Shane's there. No,
Shane's
he'll-
there.
He'll be back in a minute.
His internet. He said his
Yeah,
internet.
that says we leave our Budweiser and guns for Kid Rock who brings fireworks for 4th of July. Yeah.
Well,
That's what I think. I think of that day. I think when you guys go for the summer, I'm thinking all you guys get in your big Jeep, and then like you before you leave, there's one guy on the top
Right.
of the Jeep like tapping the top of the car like, "Let's go, boys!" And then like, and they're all get the cans
Yeah,
in.
when we were 18 years old. 18. I mean, Boothie could tell you if he's still on. I mean, we used to have keggers out in the woods and all
That's
that
what
kind
I'm
of stuff.
saying.
Yeah, but we were young.
I've watched too much American Pie, but that's all I think of is like
I never did anything with an apple pie, but eat it.
no,
That's
not like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
I watched the movie, right? I
Uh-huh.
watched like a lot of American Pie. Like our perception of Australians of Americans is, yeah, jump in the Jeep. Everything's so carefree. There's no traffic on the way down there.
Oh my
when
God,
when
that's
you get
funny.
there, it's a big log cabin,
Big-
like grown ups in the one or whatever. Everyone sits down and chilling. There's some guy
No,
jumps on the back of a jet ski. You know, like,
no, that doesn't happen. Well, no, I mean, we just party. I mean, but I don't think any of my life would be like American Pie because we would never have a foreign exchange student that super hot coming to my high school. It would never
yeah,
ever happen.
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
She's very attractive too.
Yes.
I don't know the lady who plays her. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
She's
I
very
can't
attractive.
either.
99 says our CB room is a bit thin. I like Benny Bishop at slot, but I prefer him at. I think he's going to play well, to be honest, with Benny Bishop. And I don't know if it's thin or not. Oh, that's the one. Yeah,
That's the
he's
one.
super
Yeah.
attractive.
Thanks, Devil.
He's always on it.
Yeah.
I don't think with that thin at cornerback because we have Slay, the guy from the Jets. I think he would be interesting to watch too. But yeah,
Somebody is going to be in a battle in that secondary position because the guy from the Jets you just said, and then Corey Trice. So there, and I don't know if that guy from the free agent from Ohio, I don't know. I don't think he made the team.
Juan Thornhill. They're saying he's going to play safety role too.
Okay.
So everything I just said about your American summer isn't true. That's not true.
I don't know. It's just me. I don't go on vacation, so I don't know. I mean, Shane probably when he comes back. I mean, he does a lot more. I do stuff too, but I'm more of a fall guy. Like I like fall because fall is football, and then I gear up for Latrobe at the end of July always because it's always around my birthday. So I go and that's what I've been doing for years and years and years is going to the Latrobe. You know, I mean,
I think as well, like if we were to go around Shano's house for American summer barbecue, I think he'd just be on the barbecue.
yeah, he'd be the one with the
7
glasses
hours.
and the shorts, and making shish kebabs and doing stuff like that. Like I can't cook, so I'm just going to be like, he'd be like, hey, Bubba, you want a couple snags? And I'll be like, yeah, and then I would eat that.
Yeah, I think Shano would be the commander in chief of the barbecue.
Yeah, I'm good at the beverage, counter. I'll serve you up some drinks. I make a mean bloody
You're
Mary.
like the drunk uncle who's got the weirdest like recipes for drinks. You're like, I've never tried that. You're like, yeah, try this. You're like,
yeah, I'll get you drunk.
Yeah,
Yep.
love it. Speaking of that, before Shane gets back, right? I think we can choose a link again. Who would be like a current? We'll do a current first. A current Pittsburgh Steeler you would invite to your barbecue to make the best, like to make it the day 110%. Like it's so much fun. Like they have to be there. Who would be a current Steeler?
The current Steeler? I would probably take I would probably bring in Cam Hayward because Cam seems like he'd be a good time and he would probably want to take over the barbecuing. And like on Hard Knocks when he had his family and they did that family dinner and stuff like that, he was really into like the social type of stuff and everybody seemed like they had a good time. So I would bring in Cam. I don't know if I have a lot of food, but between me and him, we could probably eat a lot.
Cam's a good answer because he's really vocal, leader, good bloke. Has a podcast.
Yeah, he'd want to have a good time.
He comes to your barbecue. He's going to make your barbecue top notch. He's going to make it fun, right? Stories upon stories. We'll see if is Shane back or not.
I don't know.
Trying to come back. Jennifer says to Sean Elliott to his barbecue, to his party.
Is that because he just signed today, Devil, or like would you if he didn't sign, would you still had him?
Let's ask Shane. Shane, who would you invite to your if you had one current Steeler to join your barbecue for the summer, and you're gonna put on a great spectacle, and all your friends are like, oh my goodness, that play was so amazing, so fun. Who would you invite to be that player?
That's like who's invited to the cookout. That's like that's a big deal. So
Yeah, one player.
the cookout.
I'm not going to tell you who I picked.
You're the bloke manning the barbecue, and this other guy is maybe walking around talking to everyone, having a good time. Like he's like
He's a
oh my goodness,
storyteller.
he's here. He's here. What the hell? He's here.
Yeah, Fraser's not going to be talkative. It's just I'd be able to talk to him because we, can talk about, college shit. But I don't know who's talkative and fun and boisterous. I don't think TJ's that guy. I don't think he's super fun. Warren might be. Warren seems to be a fun guy. I just don't know. Who'd Bubba pick?
No, I'm not telling you. I want to see if you pick the same guy.
I still want to pick the same guy. I would have to say Cam Hayward.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That's who I picked.
Shout out to Cameron Hayward as well.
See?
Yeah.
I think all three of us would take him.
I was looking through the roster there. I probably would choose him to come to the barbecue as well.
10 years ago would have been Pouncey.
Our center. I was gonna go there next. What was a pass stealer that you'd bring to the barbecue to just make
or even
Kiesel would be good. Kiesel would be a great character for a barbecue.
Really funny guy. But Pouncey's really energetic. I mean, when my dad and I went down to the Heinz Field and they let us talk to the Steelers and stuff, he was holding the ball for my dad to kick it, and a lot of Pouncey's a fun guy,
What about you, Bubba? Who would be a pass stealer, former Steeler?
Oh, there's so many.
You invite to the barbecue. You're serving the drinks in the bar. This guy's entertaining everyone. He's talking Steelers stories. You walk away and go, Bubba's barbecue was the best.
I would say just because he'd probably be a good time back in the day, I'd probably invite Terry Bradshaw. Yeah, I think Bradshaw would, be very entertaining. He would be telling stories. And he'd be like the Louisiana Tech good old boy. So he would be engaging everybody. And I was thinking Mean Joe Green just to have Mean Joe Green. I was going.
But Terry Bradshaw has that motor where he doesn't stop, does he?
Right, because he was bitching the other day when he had to get patted down through the airport. He's still the same way he was probably 50 years ago.
Jedivah's got the boss. Sean's got Troy as well. I would like to say like Debo, but I don't know if he'd be that president of barbecue because I'd probably say Kiesel's a good move though. Debo, bit scary at a barbecue.
You'd have to watch what you eat though in front of him.
Debo would be good if you had like Ryan Clark there and maybe Kiesel. Like if he's with his peers, I think Debo would be really fun. But I think he just kind of sits and watches if he's not with his. I
think even by himself, he's probably entertaining.
I think he's like one-on-one. I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Another good one would be Ike Taylor. I think he'd love a lot of stories.
Ryan Clark.
Yeah. Joey Porter just did an interview with Cam. It's really good. It's like that barbecue vibe sitting on the back.
If I told AB to come, the cops would come, and then I'd be in trouble.
AB would bring illegal fireworks.
Yeah, we'd be bad.
Yeah, the AB stuff is wild, dude. I don't know what's going on there. Jedivah says, yeah, Ike T, close second because he hit that joint. But yeah, I think he'd be interesting at a barbecue. That's what I was trying to get you guys. I just wanted to see because my impression of America, that's what I think. I think it's like big log cabin, bear on there's deers everywhere. You shot them all, and then the good old guys go out for hunting and stuff like that. Come back with a burger.
Dick LeBeau would be good.
Yeah. San Antonio will he be a fun time as well. So maybe even like g'day Yuli, member of 20.
Hey Yuli, how you doing?
I've had my online university for 29 months.
Do you get diplomas out?
I used to do more stuff than I do now. I've just got no time. But if I had more time, I would. Because people change members all the time. They're here for a month, here off for a month, So, but the university is always open. But 29 months, that's crazy.
So Yuli would be like a dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there somewhere. I think I'm the president / like cleaner, so I got to clean up as well. But what do you? Okay, I'll ask you guys a question. What do you think I do in my summer? That's my perception of what I think you do in your summer.
Okay,
Summer.
Go ahead, Shane.
Okay,
Go ahead,
first
Shane.
thing you have to do probably is check every shoe for spiders.
Correct.
Every time you take a shit, you look for a box jellyfish to jump up there and hit your balls, right? All those things tagging you, right? Then when you go take a shower, you look for like one of those brown snakes, that'll
They're
bite.
fucking so dangerous too.
Yeah. And then they have spiders that are about that big. Every time you like open the fridge, one will jump on your face. So basically, it's like fucking aliens. It's like you are sitting there, clearing every room when you go in. That's what I think happens.
Oh, I'm like a secret agent.
That's what you do in the summer. That's what he does in the summer.
That, and every week you go to the dermatologist to see if you have any skin bumps.
So he's pretty much like the crocodile hunter.
Like, yeah. So pretty much.
What do you think, Bubba? What do you think? What's my summer? What do we do in the summer? You guys,
I think you guys party a lot.
But like how? What do we do?
Well, I don't know if you have cookouts. I don't know if you have cookouts. I don't know do you call them cookouts or you just call them barbecues?
Barbecues.
Okay, so you had a barbecue, and you probably like. What does usually people bring to a bar? If you have a barbecue at your house, are you telling people to bring stuff, or you're like, no, just come over. I got everything all ready for you guys.
So some might bring the salad. Some might bring like
salad.
Yeah, salad. Yeah, some might bring salad. No salad
at a barbecue.
Well, yeah, you gotta have like some green somewhere.
Well, yeah, for lettuce probably on your burger, but not a what? Why every time we do a show something is always fucked up?
Pasta salad.
It's like a normal salad, like a garden tossed salad with like tomatoes and whatnot, onion.
Would you have a pasta salad or would you have a
soap opera? This is like you live in a soap opera. Like it's
chicken burgers,
Chicken burgers.
No, we'd have like ribs. We'd have like
snags,
like I said, sausages, or we'd have meat patties for burgers, like actual burgers, like real burgers.
Those are hamburgers.
Yeah, like burgers, like the real.
You said meat patties.
In my mind, I'm thinking that
same thing.
Put one girl with tongs, flipping wieners. Just tongs and a thong, and she's flipping wieners on the grill. That's what I think happens in Australia.
I just see you with a beer, like cooking food and drinking and having some music, I guess.
Yeah, but we call these
one of those hard hats with 2 beers and a straw.
Yeah, I see him with that, or big like safari hat or something.
Oh, he's typing. His eyes are
looking.
I'm doing AI. I'm doing AI because I want to. This is what I think that you guys think that we do.
Okay. Now I'll go back to. I want to say something, Bubba and Mark. You might, when you say cookout and barbecue, a cookout is cultural. Like it's more like when you say coming to the cookout, that's like a black thing. And when I was in college, I had some roommates. I was the only white guy in the house. When we had a cookout, it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like a cookout is different. You only invite like close, tight people to the cookout, and everybody's bringing something.
But like, you would invite close people to the barbecue too, wouldn't you?
Nah, like the cookout, like you're playing, like you didn't. Yeah, the cookout's different than like, hey, we're gonna have hot dogs or something. We're having the cookout. It's different. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I'm lost on you now too. I don't even like a cookout to me is like the whole. That's what you call it.
Yeah, it's
you might have barbecue food, but I wouldn't call it a barbecue.
One in New Zealand called a hungy, which is like a really big because those New Zealand guys, they eat. Like they're big fellas, right? It's called a hungy. They're really good. This is what I think Bubba thinks that I look like.
You see. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you don't have a hat on.
Yeah.
Oh, that yeah. Well, I like the like you're going out safari, like you have like one of them Crocodile Dundee shirts and you're cooking.
You know what? I fucking love AI. I just typed in Aussie man cooking barbecue, laughing with a beer.
That's what you got?
That comes up. Yeah.
And he's laughing.
It's so good. I think that's what you think that we do is like the steak and the beer on the side and having a good time, the grill barbecue, and we're wearing the old Steve
No,
Irwin khaki
Yeah.
The khaki, yeah, and the beer is on the grill. Like,
on the
Yeah,
grill.
with the socks. Yeah. And it's on fire. Like it's smoking. The beer is smoking.
That's what I think that you think we do. That's every Australian backyard looks like that with a bloke. Actually, probably
With a
some of the
couple,
ladies.
well, to
Some of
me,
the
I
ladies in
think
the chat.
the ladies like some blondes, like Australians. I mean, isn't blondes like the main or brown hair like the main women's like hair over there?
Yeah, some of the American ladies who listen later and after in the chat probably like, holy dude, who's that tall drink of water? You know what I'm saying?
He's laughing because he's laughing. He's
That's what I
cooking,
think.
or is he drunk? I don't know if he's drunk or he's cooking.
That's what I think that you think. That yeah. Anyways, that's too good. I should do the American version because I
Yeah, go ahead, because I bet you the guy's overweight and he's on a tank top.
yeah,
I bet you he's overweight. He's got a tank top, and he just looks like he came from a trailer park. That'd be us, like, you know, American.
I'll do the same thing.
And
I'll
I
do
guess
American man.
I bet you
I'll
it's
do
red,
the-
white, and blue. Bet you got a
I
red,
could do
white, and
the-
blue tank top on.
I'll do the same thing except I put not Aussie. I put American man. We'll see what comes up.
I'll
American
bet
man
you.
cooking a barbecue with a beer and laughing. Yeah.
I'll bet you it's some
The exact
heavy
same
set
thing.
dude.
yeah, hair
Hey?
color doesn't matter. I agree.
I bet you it's
I'll
some
do
heavy
that
set
guy.
dude with a tank top.
So I didn't change too much.
No,
Changed one word, which was American.
What happened?
now he's overweight.
Sure, definitely different.
Oh no, he's not overweight.
Probably tank
Hang
top.
on. I'll choose the first picture. That's only fair. The very first picture that came up. Right? This AI stuff is wild, isn't it?
Well, I like the Sasquatch. That Sasquatch
Yeah.
on TikTok. Whoever did that guy's a multi-millionaire, and I don't know how he's getting away with all that stuff.
All right, so here's the American man cooking a barbecue for everyone out there having a good time.
Like,
Yeah,
you
steaks
seen that stuff,
there.
Shane?
And
Yeah,
You see that stuff? That Sasquatch, Shane? Oh,
I
my
see it.
God.
It's great. I love it.
here's the American man.
Okay.
This is your guys. One.
That
He
don't even look.
looks like he's
Nah.
he has chicken on there.
like he's got chicken.
Why is it two
Uh,
barbecues?
And he's got beer, like a lot of beer, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got Americans or
this-
lushes. He's got 6
this one's-
fucking drinks around him.
This one's better. Because this is the one I thought that I was thinking of, like the log cabin kind of style. That's where because we get a lot of when I was growing up, all I watched was American stuff. It was like American film and stuff like that. American.
What
Pie
were
and
what
stuff.
were the shows? What were the shows you watched all the time? Give us a.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell. Yeah,
Hey!
yeah. It's all right. Yeah, that's all it. That was a good show, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a great show. And we
No,
saw
it
we
was-
saw the Fresh Prince of
Fresh
Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I used to like when I was growing up, younger, like King and Queen. What's it called?
King of Queens.
King of Queens. Is it
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody
Delivery
loves
Driver?
Raymond.
Yeah, that show's great too. I love Raymond too, by the way. Here's what I think it looks like. That's what I think
That's
more
better.
the bro
Yeah, that's a
type.
little better.
With a shirt like that. Yeah.
And American
see a
flag in the
tank top.
background. Is that
Yeah,
pretty much how your barbecues go there, Shane? If that's
I guess.
He only had 1 beer in his hand, but the other one he had like 6.
Let me give a big thank you to Yuli. Thank you, Yuli, mate, for the 40 members. Thank you, mate. You're much appreciated. You'll be on the show shortly.
And his 24-hour marathon to get to Ireland.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna invite you guys too.
Did you watch?
Thank you, Yuli, mate. You're a crazy
Wow.
dude. You must.
Thanks, Yuli.
This guy is crazy. You know why? Because he's. I won't give too much away, but he's like, what's that movie with Wolf of Wall Street? That's Yuli right now. Yeah,
Nice.
he's doing well. So thank you, Yuli, mate. Much appreciated. You don't have
No,
to.
send some pictures of Margaret Robbie or whatever.
I hope he's got a blonde like that.
But no, that's excellent. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yuli. Yeah, it's 2 different Yulis. No.
No, that's the same.
Okay.
Red Yuli and Red Yuli.
I know he's got the 25 people in the house too. Do you guys want to talk some Steeler football or we'll keep talking about barbecues?
Ah,
I'm liking
whatever.
the barbecue talk.
Whatever.
what chat want to talk
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, guys,
They
put
want
in
to
the
talk about Alf.
yeah, in the chat, put some questions down if you want to. But I really wanted to get that Americana theme because it's coming into off season. I'm getting excited, guys, about training
But
camp
really,
coming up.
the off season is only like just a month. That's it. Like this week, next week, and it starts back up July 23rd. So I mean, so really, it's only a month of downtime, really, and it's going to be the TJ Watt watch whether he
I think it'll
signs.
figure itself out. G'day,
Yeah.
Jack, as well. I think Jack is the British bloke that I know from my Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Oh, hey,
I
Jack.
remember.
Hey.
Talk to him too. He's a good bloke as well. Good dude.
What-
You guys are on my Facebook too, aren't you? You two fellas on Facebook as well. It's good fun in there, man. I'm super proud of that. I'm really proud of this YouTube stuff and also the Facebook because so many people comment in there. So much fun. It's a good time.
I want to take Mark Bubba to a college tailgate, which is a little different than.
That'd be spectacular. If you
Well,
took him to West Virginia tailgate party, he'd be like, there'd be like fireworks popping off. Like
the Pitt West Virginia game. I have a friend coming in from Michigan. He's going to be, it's just a little different.
I would
Matt-
like that. This will be
Cincinnati times 10. That's what it's like.
Yuli says it's not a blonde lady; it's an Asian brunette.
oh,
Got
nice.
it.
Okay, hey.
Yeah, he's doing some cool things, man. He's working really hard in what he's doing. So I appreciate the coin coming my way, which is my Iron Fund.
Well,
all
it
the
was
fellas-
great, and it was great to meet him when we all met too. So I mean, he was cool.
They wouldn't let him in.
and I wish Yuli would have roundhouse kicked that bouncer, because he was sober. I mean, that was
a big shout out to Gene. But if it was anyone that night who couldn't get back in, I put my money and house on Gene, not Yuli. Had one beer.
DraftKings would have been a 1 to 10 odds on that one.
Right.
He had the one beer. And that night was fun. That night was really awesome. The Steelers versus Ravens,
great.
we all went out.
Yep.
Well, we are going to have our draft party, and that's legitimately going to happen. We're going to have, there's going to be one day where we're all going to broadcast from a location.
I got a sound system coming. I bought a sound system so to use for podcasting.
Right.
So I got 2 cordless mics, and if I got to get more, I will. I got speakers and I got a sound mixer. So it's going to be good.
Fun.
He has mixed feelings on Elliott extension. It's a great extension, but I'd rather be focused on dealing with what. Jack, what I said earlier is I think that the fact that it's good for the Steelers that they check that block, and it actually shows that if everything was just shit, I think they would have just passed on the Elliott thing and said, we'll handle that later. But I think it makes me feel a little bit better.
That's a good point.
Inside that the things are optimistic, because what I heard is things weren't good with TJ. And if things weren't good with TJ, I don't think they signed Elliott. I think they want that $15 million to wiggle with. I think they're close to getting a deal.
Setting this defense up from the back end, being the safety, secondary, rookie D lineman, getting TJ his money, and then they're going to move around that protection. Now I'm getting back, starting to get on the A-Rod train, because this could be a good season where pass the ball to key playmakers. They've never seen a better offense in years past, so it could be a good thing.
I posted something today about my boy A-Rod. I just got to find it. Because now I'm all. I don't know why.
Post it on what?
Well, I posted it on the Steelers Dynasty Facebook page. So it was about stats. You might have seen it too, and everybody in the chat probably seen it too. It was this. Josh Allen, 3,731 yards, 28 touchdowns, 63.6 completion. Okay. A-Rod, this is last year, 3,896 yards, 28 touchdowns, 63% completion.
Right.
I mean,
I'm coming around. I'm coming around slowly. He's doing the right things.
He's got the quickest release. He's like an AG gunslinger. If we were watching John Wayne in the shootist would be Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, there you go.
If I
Well, that's
put,
a good
put
analogy.
aside his personality that I don't really like, as a
Right.
football sense, it's probably a good move to go with A-Rod. And then the best backup in the league is now
Mason
one of the
Rudolph.
best is Mason Rudolph, and a young quarterback is Will Howard. We will forget about it for a year, watch him in preseason, have a good time.
Skylar's like, hey, don't forget about me.
He
Hey,
was number
over
one for a
here."
while, so it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah, when we didn't have anybody in the camp, nobody signed.
You know, you guys listen to me. If you can get over the fact that Aaron Rodgers is a guy that not only would fart in the hot tub, but would not wear pants. That's what we have to deal with. That's the kind of guy you're dealing
Yeah.
with. He's just one of those creepy dudes, but he's funny. He's entertaining, you know?
So he'd be like, we're all getting the hot tub, and he'd be the only one without pants on. Be like, hey guys, what's up?
Oh, that'd be terrible, though.
Like, you know.
I mean, come on, Aaron. I don't want to see your manhood. Come on. Like, what do you do?
I want to ask you guys another barbecue question, right? Because I love the American culture, right? When you guys are barbecuing, what in the background, what music are you playing? And also, is there something on TV you're watching at the same time when you have a barbecue or your cookouts or whatever? Like, what are you playing in the background?
Probably 80s hair bands
Yeah.
for me.
So the 80s feeling, right?
Yeah, because I'm old.
All my cookouts are usually around football season or Memorial Day. So it's usually a holiday.
So you're watching what's that war movie? You're watching
I always
Tom Hanks movie or something?
always watch Band of Brothers. I just binge it about every other Memorial Day. So
you're doing that while you're barbecuing.
I usually barbecue every day. I throw something on, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying, so in the background at your party or barbecue, is there something on TV? Is there sport? Is there baseball? Is there?
Okay, let's be honest. In America, when we're grilling, there's porn. That's it.
Well, the kids are loving it. You know what I mean? They're like,
America.
Mom, what's going on?
It's late. It's like 80s porn. It's like not good stuff. So that's
No,
I can
80s,
just
80s porn had story titles and they had plots.
No, MTV's The Grind from '96. That's what we're watching. Like, and we're listening to Keith Sweat, Nobody, or maybe Belle Biv DeVoe.
I'm gonna go around Shano's house again, right? He's gonna have Van Damme marathon on. In the background, he's gonna have Born in the USA, and he's gonna be grilling the barbecue.
Yeah.
And then these two sons are gonna be like warming up the dirt bikes for no reason.
That's true.
And,
Yeah,
and that's America right there.
Playing volleyball.
like an American V8 with like a shit exhaust on it, just like wasting gas.
Just revving the absolute shit out of it. That's the party. And then Shane's like, I gotta show you this something. I gotta show you this, and he just shows everyone his.
What
his
kind
gun
of
collection.
music are you going to be listening to over in Australia when you're doing a barbecue?
Let me
Oh, that's a
answer
good question.
Mark, let me answer. This is what I think you're going to listen to. In Excess. No,
Probably Akadaka.
Akadaka. No,
Okay.
very
Out of
good.
Aussie barbecue, we have. I like to think or my age group is chilled out vibes. Like, you know, you put on the old classics, Kaysan, you know, by what's the bloke's name? Can't remember his name. Stuff like that, songs like that from the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Are always
Okay.
good hits. Even when you know young. Oh, I'm 35, but you know what I mean. When I grew up watching with my parents having those songs on, those are the ones. Oh,
Like the Doobie Brothers. Like the Doobie Brothers. Who's that?
Kylie Minogue is one of the worst singers ever. I
I
cannot
that
stand
is.
her. She only got her fame off.
My head.
Who was her sister? Oh no, wait. Danny Minogue's sister, right? I
Yeah.
can't stand them.
I don't know Danny as well. She's the brunette, right?
Yeah, they're not great. Yeah, wearing
Well,
cut off jean shorts and knee.
You could listen to the Steelers polka. The old Steelers polka. Like the 1970s Steelers polka. While you're
I've
doing
heard
a
that.
barbecue. You should try it.
No, I've heard it before, but it wouldn't really fit the Australian barbecue. I don't think.
It
Well,
might.
Not,
Black
not
socks.
this guy.
But he'd be the only one because he's the only Steeler fan. So they're like, what the hell is this? What the hell, Mark? What are you playing? And you're like, oh, it's a Steelers polka. Everybody, it's a Steelers polka. And they're like, F you, Mark. Play some better music. And then you're getting, people upset at your
They're playing
barbecue.
like the song, the Land Down Under with that.
Yep.
And you guys are playing Born in the.
Well, Born in the USA was a protest song, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Bruce is a hippie.
Who sings that? Who sings that song?
Bruce
Springsteen.
Springsteen.
Yeah, and he was at wasn't he at like one Super Bowl a few years back?
Yeah.
Yuli, you crazy man.
Wow, Yuli,
You are
Ireland.
crazy.
Ireland, here he comes.
I think we better ask Yuli what his favorite band is.
Yuli, we're not
crazy.
really buying him a he's not doesn't really trying to get Aaron Rodgers emotional sport kangaroo. There's no such thing. I guys, I'm so sorry. I made that up.
Oh, Toby Keith would be good. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to country,
thanks.
but during the summer, I mean, old country, I guess. Johnny Cash is good. I listen to some Elvis. I listen to Elvis Presley.
I know what you blokes would like. We have here every January down in Tamworth. It's like the Australian Country Music Festival in Tamworth. It's a fucking great time.
Yeah.
It's good banter, good beverages, good food, good people, country music. Everyone comes in the same area.
I'm not a country guy. I'm a rock and roll guy.
Doesn't matter. There's still the same. There's rock there too. There's everyone comes in to have a big laugh at the time. And you meet a lot of blokes out there because Tamworth's a bit hot, so January's a bit warm. You get a hotel, it sells out. You guys will fit right in. Put a hat on you this week.
I don't know if I'll ever fit in Australia, but I would love to try.
No, you would. You put a Kubra on.
Yeah.
Right?
A what?
A Kubra.
What's that?
Kubra.
A Kubra.
The hell's that?
Is
that like a fanny pack?
No, it's a hat.
Is that like the one that has a mesh thing on the front?
No.
Or is that the one that has the Outback Jack where it's flipped up?
Now let me get a picture.
I would wear that though. I would wear the hat with that flipped up. Yeah.
Wait, who is that guy? I forgot who that guy's name. What's his name?
We're the bushwhackers. Me and Shane.
Oh, the bushwhackers. Yeah. Okay, hell, it does it too well. In the same kind of hat as well.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
No, an Akubra is that style of hat. Let me get rid of this one. I'll show you.
This is the craziest Steelers podcast going today.
I
talked about this. This is the only Steeler pod. What the hell is that?
It's an Akubra. It's like a hat. It's a style of Australian hat.
It looks like a cowboy hat.
Yeah, kinda. Akubra.
Wow. Well, you know what movie I do like from Australia is Quigley Down Under.
What?
Magna PI.
Quigley Down Under.
Wasn't
Never
that
heard of it in my life.
You never watched that movie?
I've never heard of that. Quigley with a Q.
Quigley Down Under.
That
He's an American, and he goes to Australia and works on.
Oh yeah, he's wearing the hat.
Yeah, and actually the bad guy, I think, isn't the bad guy from Die Hard?
Oh, this bloke.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's got the same style of hat.
Well, sure. Tom Selleck was the man.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Indiana Jones.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've never. It's a 1990s movie. This bloke.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. He's famous for his mustache, isn't he? Really?
Yeah. Mark Malone. Mark Malone and him were. Mark Malone was compared to Tom Selleck in the '80s when he was playing for the Steelers.
Jamie says he's drunk if his beers were on fire.
Seriously.
And Jack says, "What do we think of?" I like it personally.
I don't.
Baba doesn't.
I think it's fine. I think he's going to be fine.
I don't.
Baba, did you see him jump up the other day that Calvin Austin
I didn't.
Short? He jumped up like fucking 7 feet in the air.
But I understand that. But to me, he would be a 3 or 4, a good 3 or 4. Like we need somebody else. And I read an article that when they were signing Aaron Rodgers, and if Aaron Rodgers was coming in town to be a Steeler, Aaron didn't want, or they didn't think he was going to work well with George Pickens also. And I mean, that's why they traded him too, because they knew he wasn't going to work well with Pickens. I just think that we need some firepower. I just don't think Calvin Austin is firepower. I think he's a 3rd or a 4th receiver. He'd be a 3rd and 4th receiver in any other team. He wouldn't be a number 2. He wouldn't be a number 2.
That's a good point. I've been hearing comments about this too, that he's not durable because he's not obviously being receiver number 2. Maybe on the outside, you're hard hitting a lot. He got smashed last year too. He got smashed a lot last year. But I do like him as a receiver 2 or 3. I think he's great. I think he's having a big year this year. I think with Aaron Rodgers too, throwing him in the football. I'm excited for him because I saw him jump up like 7 feet. Shane, did you see that? When he jumped up?
And I'm
That's
happy.
unreal.
I've been a fan of his for a while. I'm on the bandwagon. It does take, you don't have to convince me, but if you have Wilson and Austin in that number 2 spot, I don't care if he's taking a lot of licks. Both those guys, I think.
Shane, you've been on the Roman Wilson train for a while now, haven't you? You've been excited for him.
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be good. I don't,
But he could be. There's 3, 4, and you put somebody at number 2. Our receivers have just jacked up to probably an A. They just need a good number 2.
Oh no, I think you're fine.
I'm just saying that. I mean, I'm not sold.
This is a great little debate here because Sean says a good point. What if DK goes down then, Shano? What happens then? Next man up?
We're fucked.
There's no next man up for them. You don't have it like he is a freak. That's like Godzilla. He is Godzilla. That's like Godzilla goes down and you have like, hey, my name's Steve.
But that's where
the same kind of movie
comes in.
Yeah, I think it's hopefully not the same result as last year where they're going through the trade deadline trying to find Mike Williams to be the guy or whatever. I would personally like to see another receiver come into the building.
I still would like to see him make a trade with Washington and get that Terry McLaurin.
You think that happens?
No, but I'm the same guy who's going to buy an Aaron Rodgers jersey and said he's MVP and we're going to win a Super Bowl. If you think that
would have happened, Bubba, would you be kind of sold on the offense being pretty good?
If that trade would go through, that Steelers offense would be just as good as it was with the Killer Bees. And that could be, and that's just 3 of them. Yeah. I mean, that could be huge because we have.
I know he's holding out or something like that. I think he's been a great receiver though for the Commanders, for the past few years. That's it.
Mr. Steelers fan has a good point. I think the offensive line is the key to this
tackles. The tackles are the key.
You got to keep Aaron's jersey clean. If he's having that picture, him taking a dirt nap. Remember that picture? I should have it up.
I had that somewhere as well, but make sure you subscribe to. This is from your channel, Steelers Dynasty Podcast. I know we're going a bit over time today, but it's a lot of fun. So Steelers Dynasty Podcast.
Thank you, Steelers
fans, on your side. We have 7 in the chat on your side, guys. Make sure you subscribe to Steelers. Dynasty Podcast.
We're at 414, making a run for 5, and then we could do super chats too, or whatever you talk about. Chat super. I don't know how that goes.
Juice says your title on last video scared me for a minute before I fully read it. It was supposed to. That's how I grab your attention. I said trade TJ Watt. What? No way.
That's how it is.
That's not clickbait. It's not clickbait. To grab your attention.
No, it's not clickbait, Juice, because I would be considering that. Not as much now, but a year ago. I mean, if you're in that position before you got DK, you really have to think about a hard reset. I mean, it's like your router goes down and you got to push that button in and unplug it. I mean, that's where the Steelers.
But a hard reset is blowing it all up.
That's
as hard as you're gonna. And Tomlin is not blowing it all up because he's still competitive. He just got to get it. We got to get over that hump where we are still reeling from the Ravens rushing over 300 yards. That. If our run defense stops teams, then we could be some talk. We have to have a good run defense in the top 10 or 12 in the NFL, I believe.
Let's get Pepper's opinion on this on this barbecue debate with this fella. I wonder if she would she prefer to have a barbecue with this guy here?
Oh,
Australian bloke cooking the snags, having a good time, laughing with his beer on fire. Or would Pepper prefer to have a barbecue with this bro? It's like Chad bloke.
Look at it. He's like, yeah. Yeah. Maybe she wants to have a party with both of them.
Could do.
She could.
But I want to bring another comment up too from 99 says, I'm not too confident about the O-line. I know, Bobby, you made some points around if left tackle and right tackle don't do their jobs that well,
Yeah,
we're in big trouble, right? Was that Shane?
Right.
What do you guys said?
99. Zach Fraser's gonna have to show up. I mean, he's probably like
That's why I brought it up. I
center
wanted
in the
your opinion.
NFL. So
Yeah,
you have
I think he has shown up and he's going to show up
I
again.
think the interior line is good. It's the tackles we don't know what they're going to be because they haven't played together. You know, they have to be injury free. Broderick Jones has to step up. Like, this is his year to step up.
I agree too. No confidence in rookie right tackles. Never going. That's very true. And Jones was out at right tackle, now moving to the left. So that's intriguing to watch as well, I think, from the O-line perspective. I do like Frazier. I like the guy next to him with the right-hand side, Ciamalo. I think they're better than what it was the last few years. But if those tackles can't play or aren't living up to their expectation, it's going to be a tough day for Rodgers.
Yeah.
You know?
But if they don't block, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will tell them. I guarantee he'll say something to him. He ain't gonna let it slide when hey, you guys are getting me killed. You guys need to step up and block my backside. You know,
I guess to a certain point as well, they brought in Rodgers knowing they have a better O-line than the last few years. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't get him or didn't have a trade last year or something like a guy like Rodgers. They got Wilson who could still move a bit, but Rodgers ain't running around anywhere.
He wouldn't have to if he just zips it out there because he's got the quickest, strongest release.
Yeah, I've been playing. The AI is fantastic. It's so much fun. All right, one last barbecue question. We might get out of here. It's been a great episode. Who's one person, one player, who's one player at the barbecue who does that one moment and then just ruins it for the whole night?
Oh, shit's the bed.
Yeah, it's a really fun barbecue. Then something happens, something lights on fire, or someone falls over, and you're like, "Oh no, sorry guys, what to call it?"
Before, old school would have to be AB. I mean, he catches on fire and jumps into the pool, and everybody's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah,
but
well, I would say Mendenhall, but I wouldn't invite him because he would fumble a beer.
You know what? He gets so much for that. If you watch his Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
his whole life is about that fumble.
But he also said
no one talks about Big Ben's interceptions.
No,
it's always fumble.
It's Ron. Ron would start talking crazy stuff, and
about
9:30, and everyone's like, "What the? Oh, I gotta go, guys."
Rodgers didn't have a really good game that game. It was Ben. They were coming back, and they were on a winning drive, and Mendenhall fumbled the ball at a crucial time. And I know Ben had a pick for 6, but still. You know what I mean? And that's why Ben
Clay Matthews lit him up. Was it Clay Matthews or AJ Hawk? One of the guys lit him up. It was a great.
I think it was yeah. I mean, it just
the guy. I
think it was Hawk. I think
one of them hit him. They both had long hair at the time. He absolutely nailed him. And we're all thinking like, oh, we have a chance. We're coming back, and then oh no.
Yep, that was it. That was all she wrote.
Pepper says that Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be invited to her barbecue.
No, she's not buying a jersey either.
No. Terrible. I hate to hear that.
Well, fellas, that was a great episode. I really want to talk about your Americana. It was so much fun. My picture in my head really is about that guy on the jet ski, and he's like, "Yeah."
What about kayaking?
Kenny Powers.
It's always.
That is what you need to say is Americana.
I've seen
Kenny
seen
Powers.
Yeah.
That is Americana picnic barbecue. Kenny Powers getting drunk on a skidoo, doing lines of whatever, having 2 beautiful chicks around him.
Yeah.
That cooking snags and just Kenny Powers. The picture of Kenny Powers at the All-American barbecue there.
I've seen bits of Kenny Powers. And
you need to watch Kenny Powers. He's something else. That show is.
Here we go, kids. Just end the show.
Kenny Powers. I'm telling you. He's like, he's awesome.
This bloke here, yeah.
There it is, right there. That's a barbecue in America.
That is like the Allegheny River.
Yep. Look at the colors. He's like, you want to party with me? Yep. You want to party with Kenny Powers? You come to my barbecue.
Danny McBride
right
is one of the best actors.
He's so funny.
He's so good. He's unreal.
Yeah,
that's what I think your barbecue is. That kind of guy is like.
That would be it right there.
Always got a drink in his hand. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's a good time. You know what I mean? Holy dooly. Before we go, big pun says Rogers had 300 yards, 3 TDs, and a rating.
Was it?
This, what are you guys talking about? And Big Ben was 2 TDs and 2 interceptions.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think he had 300 yards. Well, what do I know? I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to watch. I watched it one time.
I
I was so upset, like I had to work.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, my bad.
I watched it recently, and I can't remember. And it just seems like our secondary was not. Our defense is not playing up to par.
He is right though. The 2 interceptions didn't help our cause. In that
No,
game.
it didn't help.
But
But also, too, if Mendenhall wouldn't have fumbled, they were going on a winning drive. I mean, they would have took the lead, and then I don't know if they would have held it, but
I think though, out of those 3, you still take 2 wins and 1 loss. Out of all of them, you go with it, right? You just roll with it.
and our receiving core, like I think Antonio Brown wasn't the Antonio Brown of like whatever. He was just, I think that was his rookie year, I think, wasn't it?
I can't remember. It was 2012.
Well,
I think it was.
hey, tomorrow we're going to talk
tomorrow.
about.
Show your show.
Yeah, tomorrow 9:00 we're going to talk about who's the number 2. Who you taking for number 2, Bubba? Tell us tomorrow.
For what? For what?
I'll tell you tomorrow because it's nobody that we have.
Which
So,
position?
The number 2 quarterback.
Oh, I already know who number 2 quarterback is. I'm talking number 2 receiver.
You guys should do like maybe number 2 of each position. Maybe I don't know.
Who's the backup?
Who's the backup? Backups.
Who's number 2?
Well, I'll make the thumbnail. Number 2.
Who's
Maybe
number
like, isn't it Robert Wagner from Austin Powers? Wasn't he number 2? That's what I'll do.
1. I'm going to go take a number 2.
Yep. We don't have to me, Calvin Austin is not a number 2. I just don't see it.
Is it Will Howard or is it Mason Rudolph for your quarterback?
I think right now it's Mason Rudolph, but Will Howard, it all depends if he gets his tutelage from Aaron Rodgers, because I think Aaron is going to spoon feed him a whole bunch of stuff. He didn't say anything about Mason Rudolph. He talked all Will Howard. I don't know, but he just, maybe he'll give something to everybody. He's got something to prove, because nobody ever wants to go out on a crappy note. Nobody, in your job, in a career, in work, in sports, in life. Nobody wants to do that. So, if he comes up and lights them up, and we go into Ireland and we're undefeated.
Oh,
and he goes,
before we go, I tried getting tickets yesterday.
You sold
and
your
when
arm.
I was in the fucking queue, I was 403,000, and I didn't get them.
Wait, 403,000 in the queue?
Yeah, in the queue. It was a random queue. So you go into the wait list, and I signed up for all these things for the Ticket Tech Ireland and whatever. And when I did that, I clicked into it last night at 8 p.m. there, 11 a.m. I was in a room. Then it randomly spread everyone out, right? And my number in the queue to buy tickets was 400 and I think 403,000.
Wow.
Waiting in line. And I didn't get them.
That many people want to go there.
Yeah.
That
man,
is that's ungodly.
I didn't get a chance to go. But however, I will be doing we're doing a watch party at the Camden. If you are going to Dublin, go to the Camden, because I'll be there with Steelers Germany, UK, and Steelers Nation Australia, and Steelers France. So, and by the way, we're going to copy this poster for our drafting too in Pittsburgh.
So wait a minute. When you do this watch party, and hopefully they got a little bit of broken English, because then everybody's on a podcast and you won't be able to understand anybody.
Well, they've been listening to this guy for 3 years, so I think they'll be fine.
Well, no, I mean, we understand him and he understands us. I'm talking, he goes over there and, if that German podcaster speaks German, you know what I mean? And there's maybe it's broken English, and he's like, Aaron Rodgers, and, they're doing a podcast.
Hey, I'm going to ruin the surprise, but it's probably not, it's going to go over like a fart in church. Mark, next time I pick you up at the airport, I'm going to be in one of those ice windbreakers.
Like as in the ice, the thing that's happening over there now. Okay, I'm not allowed to go over.
I'll escort you. I'm going to be in my ice jacket.
Yeah, I mean, how could you Steelers Nation, India, and Pakistan? Like, how could you there would be no way you could do a simultaneous podcast with nothing against those guys.
We're
It'd
doing
be great,
a watch party. I don't know if I'll be live on stream, but if you are going to Dublin, you can't get tickets. Go to the Camden because we have over 2,000 people can turn up to this event.
That is nice.
So we are going to go. But I was in line, right? 403,000 people, and I still can't. The tickets are gone.
That's crazy.
I
never heard of that. In
most, they should have. I'm not saying just for me though, but like they should be giving maybe different tickets to people who are fucking far away. Not. I saw a Bills Irish fan getting tickets, and I'm like, you're a Bills fan.
Why would he go?
Because it's in his country.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. These events are big, but they're not. The NFL does them so wrong. They gave us limited time to find out when it's going to happen.
9 o'clock in the morning. At 9 o'clock in the morning, that game's going to be, and then the whole Sunday, there's nothing on. You know what I mean? After that.
Oh, come on, Bubba.
Oh man. Yeah. So I can't get tickets.
It'd be the Steelers United Nations.
Yeah. So I can't get tickets to the game, but not yet. I don't think so. Because I wasn't waiting around for 5 hours, 6, 7 hours to
God, that's worse than a concert. That's like worse than a Rolling Stones concert.
Yeah, so I'll be there at this pub, and I'll still be.
Well, I like that design. That's a good design.
We're gonna copy it. The exact same thing.
Is it copyrighted? I mean,
no.
Is that TJ Watt right there with that leg up in the air?
You can't tell.
I don't know.
But we're gonna have our podcast on the bottom. So if you are going to Dublin, you can't get tickets, go to the Camden is where you want to be.
There you go.
All right, fellas. That was a really good show.
It's way over. We're way over today.
I know.
It's okay.
You know what? The people demanded more time. And Bubba and Shane tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Steelers
number
Dynasty
2
podcast.
Talking number 2.
Get these guys to 500.
Yeah, we're close, people. Close.
For America.
For America. Right there. America.
Look, yeah.
Yo, you never, fuck yeah. You never seen him when he comes out in the Mexican League to a real American. You need to watch that, Mark. And he comes out, fireworks go off. And he has a cape. Oh my God, is it spectacular?
I've seen a few episodes. I got to start watching it again.
I'm telling you, it's he's funny in everything.
I just like how he's chasing the banter with him and the girl. The girl doesn't like him though, and he thinks that she loves him or something.
April,
the main girl. Yeah,
April. You got some big. He loves what she looks like.
He thinks that he's like the best thing since sliced bread. It's all about him. You know?
Walking in the gym, he's a gym teacher. He was a number 1 reliever. And then he's living with his brother.
Yeah, me and Bubba thought we were hot shit, right?
Oh, it's
back in the day.
We were Kenny Powers, yeah.
You guys have beat. Wait. Shane's been Kenny Powers in his previous life or this life.
I tried to be. I tried to be Powers for about 8 years. It didn't work.
Oh, my wife watched it. And she's like, he reminds me of you. She said that. She's like, oh my God, Kenny Powers reminds me of you. And I'm like, well, I didn't play baseball. Well, I did play baseball, and I got beat in Little League by the greatest.
Same haircut.
Yeah, I know.
The mullet,
the goatee. I got the hair. I can't do water sports though, but I could party like a rock star.
You guys, you just imitated the bushwhackers before, you know.
Oh, that was good.
Alrighty, let's get out of here. Let's get out. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Shane.
Thanks,
also,
thank
you to the chat as well. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Yuli.
We are, thank you, Yuli, as well, for all the memberships and the coin coming my way to my Dublin fund, which helps me get over there, pays for my ticket and stuff like that, and it really does help me out.
We appreciate you guys too. This is 25, great. You guys,
25 in the live chat is really awesome to see that we're in the off season, right? So 30 now. Wow, this pumped up. Kaboom.
Oh, hey.
So it must have been Shane's dance.
Yeah.
If you're coming a bit later on, subscribe to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Let's get them to 500 at least. You guys are working really hard on your podcast and videos.
9 o'clock every Wednesdays, guys. We go every Wednesdays unless the power goes out like last week. But we got it on, though. Yeah.
There we go. And Pepper says, thank you for hanging out with HDU and Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Like and subscribe to both if you haven't already. Hooly dooly. And Jamie says, peace. See you later. Train by, you know the Joe Rogan thing? Train by day, Steel Nation by night. All day. All right, we're out.
Oh,
We're out of here.
God.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Rod. Look at the light.